More than 1.37 million workers were involuntarily unemployed in 2024 due to corporate bankruptcies, restructuring or other management difficulties, according to Statistics Korea.
네, 통계청에 따르면 지난해 국내에서 137만 명 이상이 직장 폐업이나 정리해고, 사업 부진 등으로 원치 않게 직장을 떠난 비자발적 실업자인 것으로 나타났습니다. Tell us more.
Yes, so we have, it's nearly 1,373,000 people were made unemployed involuntarily in 2024. That's an increase on year by about 106,000 people. It's also the first increase we've had in 4 years. And this is all to do with, we've had sluggish domestic demand, we've had an employment slump, and that means we have more people being made redundant or losing their jobs due to bankruptcies, restructuring, and other issues. So when we look at the total amount, these involuntarily unemployed people account for 42.9% of unemployed people last year. So it's not through choice. Almost half of these people were losing their jobs involuntarily. And it's also 8.3 times the number of people who were retiring or who were, choosing to stop working because of their age. So we're seeing this slump. Hopefully this year will bring more voluntarily employed people.
There was another figure in the stats released, and that was the number of people working a minimal number of hours a week.
Yes, we're talking 18 hours a week, and that
Or
was
less,
that was up the high, over 2.5 million people. That's the first time it's been over that number. So we're seeing more people working less hours on a weekly basis.
전반적으로 봤을 때는 비자발적인 실업자 수는 늘어났는데 이게 보면은 이제 초단시간 근무자 18시간을 밑도는 이제 일주일에 18시간입니다. 그렇게 초단시간 근무하는 사람들은 늘었어요. 그래서 250만 명을 넘어섰다고 합니다. 비자발적이다라는 단어 영어로 한번 볼까요? Involuntary.
Yeah, let's start with the opposite, voluntary. Coming from volunteer. I think of the Hunger Games and Katniss raising her hand after her sister gets picked and says, I volunteer for tribute, meaning I will do it. I choose to do it. So if something is voluntary, you can choose to do it. You don't have to do it. If it's involuntary or something happens involuntarily, it means the person has no choice in the matter. They have to do it no matter what, whether they want it or not. It's going to happen. So, for example, my wife involuntarily squeaks every time BTS comes on TV.
I'm like that with Sonny.
Sure, yeah. So you don't mean to do it. You don't necessarily want to do it, especially if you have friends round. But it happens whether you like it or not.
Yeah, my kids love it. Whenever they see a poster of Sonny or a picture of Sonny, they'll show it to me because I go, Sonny! It's kind of squeal.
I feel like I need to be testing this out on air.
And so it's involuntary. I'm not waiting for that moment, but it just sort of just happens. It's a reaction sort of that comes naturally to me.
Is it?
Anyhow.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Sonny!
Okay. That didn't feel so natural, Sue.
Alright. involuntary라는 것이 그러니까 본의 아니게라는 의미가 있는 건데요. 여기서는 비자발적이다 이렇게 해석을 할 수 있겠고 우리가 자원봉사하는 거를 volunteer work라고 하죠. 자발적으로 하는 거니까. 자, 다음에 bankruptcy.
Yes, this is the official declaration that it's all over. It's all done with. Whether it's a person or a company, they're saying they cannot pay back what is owed and therefore the company is going to fold up, it's going to stop, or the person is going to have to start again with a clean slate.
그래요. 자, 여기서 말하는 bankruptcy는 바로 파산이 되겠죠. 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. More than 1.37 million workers were involuntarily unemployed in 2024 due to corporate bankruptcies, restructuring, and other management difficulties, according to Statistics Korea.